Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and welcome once again to the Bourse Report. Today, we cover two iconic companies in the Caribbean in the non-bank financial sector. The two insurance Caribbean giants, that is Sagicor and Guardian Holdings Limited. How have they been performing, one? And two, what can we expect looking forward? And what is the Bourse view with regard to these two stocks? So we start by looking at Sagicor, and what you will see is that Sagicor has done reasonably well when compared to the last 9-month period, September 2018. 2019 has been good. Earnings per share has come up in terms of fully diluted earnings from 68 cents, as you would see here, to 71 cents, or an increase of some 4%. And other things that you might want to look at is that net premium revenue is going up. That is the sales of its insurance products. And investment income is going up. Total benefits, as you would expect when more insurance is written, that payouts by way of insured benefits will go up, and that is the case across the board. So reasonably good story when you look across the spectrum for Sagicor. Let's go to our next graph, and what do we see? They break out with regard to revenues in terms of Sagicor. And you would see again, life and annuity constitute the major proportion of the revenues, about 83%, and investment as well as property and casual have been increasing, though at a smaller clip than the main plank of Sagicor, which is life, health, and so on. And then when we look at the next graph, what I wanted to show you was what has been happening with Sagicor in terms of its growth potential by way of acquisitions. Well, first of all, Sagicor at the end of September acquired the insurance portfolio of Clico as well as British American. It plans to acquire soon the insurance portfolio of Scotiabank. It had intended to acquire the insurance portfolio of Jamaica Life, but for some reason that's off, and we haven't gotten a full explanation necessarily about it. But it has also, in Jamaica, it has acquired Advantage General Insurance, and this for a price of about $30 million US. Well, what does this all mean when we look at all of the various sectors as we turn to our next graph? And how does it compare to the other iconic giant of the Caribbean, which is GHL, in this non-banking financial sector? First of all, when you look here, you see price to earnings of 12 times, and that suggests that there is expectations of growth in terms of the company. But more importantly, it suggests that investors have decided to utilize the currency, the hard currency that is expected from the transition of Sagicor to new Sagicor, which is expected by the end of the year. And these expectations translate into a higher price earnings multiple compared to Guardian Holdings. Market to book, yet still the company's market to book market is lower than book, and this suggests that there is potential for a well organized and growing company for further upticks in terms of its valuations. Dividend yield, it's better than the market, and as well as in terms of dividend payout ratio, higher than the comparative, which is GHL. Our outlook at Bourse, we believe that the company is showing good prospects for continued growth in the Caribbean, one, and two, that the transition from Sagicor as it is now to new Sagicor, when it will be listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange and will trade in hard currency Canadian dollars, which gives you easy access to other hard currencies such as US dollars and so on, is an important plank for holding on to this share and being able to diversify your Sagicor into other things, other hard currency stock that you might be interested in as you sell some of those have a call to us and we'll give you some better advice with regard to this matter. Let's turn now. On this score, we have a buy recommendation for Sagicor. So let's now turn very quickly to GHL and what has been happening. Very good growth when you look at the earnings per share, some 16% growth in earnings per share in the comparative period to the end of September as compared to Sagicor of some 4%. And generally what you can see, all the areas are lit up green. You can look at for more details on our website at bourseinvestment.com for more details about this. But what you can see is a picture of growth generated and sparked to a great extent as we look at the next graph or subsequent graphs, where you will see that what is happening is that there is significant growth and uptick in terms of the investment income, that is the portfolio of assets, that in investable assets, it is growing, and it has grown quite substantially. And you look at the other areas, you would see that its net income from brokerage activities is also getting a slight uptick. It's an area that the company has been nursing and trying to get some momentum in that area, which it apparently has over the last few years. Let's now turn to our next graph and do a comparison of GHL with Sagicor. And what you will see is that GHL price to earnings lower at 7.2, good potential for enhanced growth. Its market to book growth, which is a metric that is used to measure how valuable the company is against its net asset, is higher. And that is somewhat of a mixed bag in terms of saying what is an outlook with regard to the company. Two factors that I want to mention to you very quickly. In the Sagicor space, what has happened is significant growth in external Caribbean insurance operations in the US, that is. And in terms of revenue, the Jamaican market constitutes 38%, and the US market constitutes 28%, yet still Jamaica is generating 62% of income, while the US is generating 13% of income. Factors to consider in the GHL case, GHL is represented by about 54% of the revenues coming from Trinidad and Tobago. Based on some of these factors with regard to GHL, we continue to hold a neutral position in GHL because of growth and other areas and the generation of income mainly from investment. As you look forward, there may be challenges to the investment growth in income with interest rates down internationally and other factors. Look for us on our website at bourseinvestment.com, where you can read the full and more detailed report about these two companies as well. Have yourself a wonderful investment week. This has been Subhas. This has been the Bourse Report with Subhas Ramkilawan.